Hi, welcome to a ring with Hecate's crossing. Okay, so this is a love reading in regards to soul mates, if you like, and whether this is the right time for this reconnection, whether this is the whether she's ready for the connection and he is ready for the connection, to see how things are overall. So let's just have a see. I think I've got, no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 2 more cards. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to do a 9-card spread for you. So the first one is all about news. The bear is about being protective, about being loyal and strong. New arrivals with the stork. So definitely looking at this first row, we have this one here, this one, and this. These three here are very much looking at, there's definitely some new stuff happening, a new announcement, new things happening, birth of something new. And it's about being strong and loyal, which I think is being protective of the situation and the whole. Okay, we've got the stars, which is about the future. We've got, okay, it's only a small weight, small. Okay, there are some choices to make, which is quite important for you. There is a decisions that you have to be quite clear on with what's going on. It's definitely some choices. It's a small, and it's like it's a small choice. It's not a big, it's nothing major, but there are some choices. And this is definitely about your spirituality. I feel this is very much about your spirituality. So it's definitely about your spirituality. Okay, there's beauty. Lilies is also about peace. Sorry, about peace, beauty and peace. So there's some peace within the situation. Okay, the moon, talking about cycles. And there's something definitely to remove. So you're removing a sense of an old thing that's going on. So ultimately, looking at the cards that I see, looking at it, this is very much about, first row is definitely about new stuff happening within the decision. There's a birth of something new. There is definitely some choices to make about your spirituality. It's only a small choice, but that might be part of the relationship issues and things that are going on. So there is definitely some small choices to be made, some small decisions. And there is definitely about a sense of inner peace within the thing. Also get a sense of removing some blocks, removing some resistance. I think there's a little bit of course, there's the doubt and things. So I think that's about removing that and allowing the cycle to sort of flow in what's going on. So looking downwards, we've got, so that was reading across, and now we're reading down with the cards. So the rider looks very much about the movement forward, the good news that are happening, and it's all about the spirituality. And there is some stuff that you need to sort of let go of. I feel like there is some stuff that you need to sort of to make peace with. Make peace. So you're making peace within regards to the news and that's going on. It's about being loyal and know that it's about acknowledging the stuff that's going on, the being reflective in regards to the cycles and things that are happening for you. So I feel like there's a sense of surrendering to what's going on, allowing things to sort of flow naturally. And there is definitely some choices that you need to let go of so that you can move forward. New, small. Yeah, there's something small that you definitely have to let go of. That's very, very important. So I want to look a little bit further with your reading. And so I feel like it's definitely a possibility of moving ahead, but there are some things that you need to actually remove from your, get some clarity in the situation, which I think is really important. So I definitely feel like there's movement head. Okay, in the, I just got this, see this card here, whenever I get this card, I always think of shedding old skins. So again, I get that feeling of having to remove things that are going on for you so that you can actually move ahead. Now, this is actually 2 of coins or 2 of discs. So that's about what are you juggling? What are you finding overwhelming? Might be a chance for you to prioritize some stuff within the relation, with everything that's going on. It's going to affect the relationship on lots of levels. So I think that's very important for you. Okay, so we've got the King of Cups, King of Chalices, and that's very much about you being able to, this is a sense of love, you know, and I feel like being practical about some of the situation as well. Being practical about the relationship seems quite important. So that might be something that you need to sort of look at. Oops, I dropped that out. Pick that up. Okay, so we've got 2 of discs and the King of Cups, and the third card is 3 of Wands, and it tells you to pause. Take a reflection, take a look at what's been happening in your life, and have a look at and review, what do you really want? What does your heart tell you? I think the answers already lie within you. The Fool comes up and it's all about new beginnings. But be careful. He reminds you to be aware of your environment and what's happening around you, and have a look at the things that are happening. Okay. Ace of Chalice tells us that there's a potential to new love, new relationship. It's definitely the possibility there. It's definitely about opening the lid, opening your heart to new possibilities. It's about really surrendering to it and allowing yourself to go with the flow in some respect. Now we've got 3 of Swords here. That's interesting because it talks about a feeling of betrayal, and I think that's you still carry that within you. You carry that heartbreak. So that's interesting that that's come up in this reading, and it's sort of saying to us, you know, the potential's there, but you're still holding on to your perception, and that is still about that heartbreak. So you've got this Queen of Wands, and she's talking about being playful and being passionate, and there is a sense of always being and will be there. There is a sense of being there for you. Okay, we've got 7 of Swords, and it's taking back your own power, taking back what's yours. So that might be a sense of actually taking back that relationship that you want, or taking back your own power. And we've got 6 of Coins here, which talks about a sense of charity, a sense of giving unexpectedly, giving it freely. So I get, because this is about love, I feel like this is a sense of giving your love freely to the relationship, actually surrendering it to it, which seems really, really important. So I feel like that's really the way to go for you. And what I'm going to do is look at the yin and yang energies. So looking at your energies, the yang energies, if you like. So what we're going to do is choose one of these cards here. And we've got the Rabbit, and he talks about patience. Don't rush into the situation. I think that's very important for you, is not to rush into it. Don't dive deep. Let it progress naturally. Let things take one day at a time. I think that's, you know, like the potential's there, but it's about having patience. So let's look at her energy at the moment. So this will give us a clue. Her energy talks about she needs to listen carefully. Okay, I think I get a sense of you needing to communicate clearly about what you expect from the relationship. I think communication is going to be the key here, because of the way she needs to learn to listen carefully at how you're feeling and what's going on, and you need to be patient and not rush the situation. I think that's very, very, very important for you at this time, is to actually feel like that flew out. And it's interesting that that power card again, about finding your own power. And this is about having your strengths, being firm in what you want. I get that sense of communication, needing to communicate exactly what you expect from the relationship. I think that's really important. Really finding yourself. Here we go. You need to ask questions. I think you need to ask lots of questions, explore the truth, searching for answers, trust that the answers will come. Okay, I think you need to ask lots of questions of her, communicate with her clearly, get your strengths with what you need to do so that you can find the truth in what's going on. I think that's really, really important. Okay, I've got to do the butterfly guiding light cards for you. Let's just grab them quickly. And I feel like, where are they hiding here? So let's get them. And I know I feel like I'm giving you a lot of stuff, but this is good confirmation about what's going on for you. So we've got here, be careful about being too stressed. Okay, make sure you stay grounded. Very, very important to stay grounded. Okay, and have the vitality, the energy to actually deal with what's going on, which is really important. So again, I get that whole thing about thinking who you should be. This is about you. This is definitely about your own power, your own strength. So it's coming through quite, and there's definitely a garden of destruction. So it's telling me that you trust your gut, trust your instincts, and how you digest your experiences, but also about allowing those doubts and things to be just, to be cleared by, again, I get that sense of asking lots and lots of questions. I feel like you really need to communicate. Are you on the same page? Do you expect the same things in life? It's all about being bonded, and I know that you are connected in some way. But it's really important for you to have the respect and trust of these so that you can form your bond, and I think that's important. If you don't have that trust and that mutual respect, then I think it's going to make things very, very difficult. That flew out, Michael. That flew out. Okay, so we've got talking about having compassion. I think that's very, very important. Having compassion, and it says no act of kindness, however small, is wasted. So it's about being kind to yourself, not necessarily to others, but to yourself. I think this is, again, and this is funny because the personal power card has come out again. So I think we're getting a very strong message here for you about your power, personal power. Wherever you invest most of your time and energy is where your personal power resides. So again, I get that thing of being very, really strong in your own power. I think that's really important to have that. It's just come up so strongly with all these cards about your own power and having the strength to release that stress that you carry, this and stuff that's going on. Don't let yourself get too stressed by it. And I think that sense of communication is so important. It's really, really interesting. So I feel like that's really cool. Okay, we're just going to do an angel card as well. Oh no, I'm not. I'm actually going to do the where are we? Here we go. Spirit Animal Oracle to finish up for you. Okay, so let's focus on and I know you're got an affinity with butterflies and things like that and the wolf and all that, but let's see what animal is going to guide you through this process. And I feel like it's just, I keep getting ask lots of questions, communicate clearly. This is about your own power, your own, not to get hurt again, and to be able to stand firm in your own, in what you expect, and to be kind to yourself as well. I think that's so important. So here we go. Animals to help you through the process. I'm getting 3 cards. Okay. The first one is the beaver spirit. This is about laying solid foundation. So can you lay solid foundation for the relationship? Okay, that's number one. Number two is the bee spirit. Now this is telling you that sweet results await. So this is telling me that everything's going to be a-okay as long as you lay down the solid foundation. Interesting. Card number three is the starfish spirit, open to infinite possibilities. So that's telling me that anything's possible. As long as you lay down the foundations, you're going to get great results. Beaver spirit, bee spirit, starfish spirit. Interesting. Wow, so much information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take photos of each spread and I'll email them to you so that you can get a look at each of the spreads. And take care and blessed be. Hope that's given you the information that you need.